Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
What's up,
Are
podcast?
people here? Hello.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we call our Twitch chat the bitches, by the way.
The bitches?
Yeah. So
We're
do
eating
we need to refer to
chicken.
them? Yeah, the bitches. It's important. Not just bitches. 'cause
Why
we,
the?
we don't want to disrespect them.
Oh, okay.
Should I move this?
Speaking of,
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, they can put it close.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling up Twitch chat. Is somebody already pinged me saying I'm not the bitches?
Um,
Hold on.
I needed to.
We are very prepared today, by the way.
Mark 3 is very hot.
Very
Yes,
hot.
This one,
What do you mean by very hot?
look at it,
Nice.
temperature wise.
Very. Oh, color temperature? Like white balance?
Well, look at it.
It doesn't.
All right, I just got a tweet out,
Oh, it's just slightly brighter.
folks. This is what happens when LA traffic happens.
What the fuck do you mean?
Right.
This is great.
Yeah, it took me an hour and 10 minutes to get here from the LCS studio today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If anything is technically wrong, it's Matt's fault.
That's true.
Manny,
This is on my channel.
I definitely didn't set up most of it.
I just showed up and I have chicken now. It's nice.
All right, so Prismal,
it's
while we are still figuring things out with this guy, what was the? So when players come, we like to let players pick food because A, it's fun for you guys, and B, we learn something about food.
Okay.
What was the reasoning behind this pick? Why was this a spot for you?
I mean, main trick for me, it's like a bonding experience because it's kind of hot. and
Okay.
It's messy. It's
Okay.
also really good.
Okay,
So you kind of like overcome the journey of eating it together
I know.
and you don't leave dissatisfied. for sure.
You know what Juves' league name was, right? Main check 1v9?
Oh shit, the order is wrong again.
It's fine. We kind of just sat how we were vibing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like this though. Like we get to switch things up. This is the first time I've had this mic, and Mark was spent all last episode bitching about this mic.
I did.
Where's your mic?
Over there.
Are you going to use it?
No.
Words not spoken to the mic don't count to your tally.
Hello. This
is talk
is
directly into
my microphone. I will be. God damn it.
I just love like writing over Prismal, and you were like, so what's this podcast like? And this is hands down probably the most degenerate start that we've had because the food was a little bit late.
The most.
But also I've given up on the fork. We're just gonna go finger food.
The most degenerate.
Yeah.
That's okay to make a mess. That's kind of part of the experience.
I mean, you said it was part of the bonding experience, so we're just gonna commit to it now.
now we're closer as friends.
That's the goal. Anyway, Prismal, thanks for joining us on so much short notice too.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be a fun time. I know that we have NACL top 4 going on. We just had Fear get eliminated by TLC today, 3-2. I do want to start though. While you're enjoying your main chick, first off, have you had this with the team before?
With my team, yes, many
Okay.
times.
Now,
Many times.
Hold up. For audio listeners only, Cubby did say Prismal is enjoying his main chick. We are referring to food, not bitches in general.
That's
Not on the
actually,
podcast.
that's actually the
It's
vibe.
all
of the
about whether
podcast,
or not
by
he's
the way.
enjoying the Twitch chat.
Oh, true.
That's actually part of.
I'm eating some chicken tenders right now for you audio listeners out there. They're really
Breast or
good.
thighs?
What's up?
Breast or thighs?
Breast or thighs?
Breast or thighs?
Yeah.
for chicken.
I feel like chicken breast is just more
Yeah, Sam.
convenient.
I don't like bones.
I mean, you
I'm
can
too
you
lazy.
can get boneless thighs, but also thighs are where it's at.
Really?
More flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
This is
up to 57.
this is really good, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
I
It's
am-
also really, it's kind of spicy.
It's got a kick to it, but like it's appropriate. What do you guys think?
I mean, I do like it when my chick has some kick to it.
Jesus Christ.
We're already
Are you
derailed,
like the guy in
and the
Last
show
of
hasn't
Us?
even begun.
Yeah,
It'll begin eventually.
exactly.
When is it going to begin?
We'll see.
It's already begun.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Raising NA, episode numero 9, number 9. As Cubby has already introduced our guest, Mr. Prismal is our lovely guest. Support for Golden Guardians, who used to be a marksman player, recently role swapped as of last summer. So this is now your second full split as a support. How's it been?
Hello, everyone. I'm Prismal. To answer your question, Mark, it's been good. It's been good transitioning to support from AD Carry. I've been around for a while. But I'm most happy to be here and to be able to talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, Prismal, you managed to find yourself in a top 5 list.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was our number 5, I think. Number 4?
It was 4.
Number 4 most valuable prospect for LCS Challengers League Spring 2023. Woo! Congratulations.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
You were the only person on that list in 2 different roles.
2 different roles.
I believe you were top 5 in spring, no? Of last year?
Oh, yeah, that is correct.
Yes.
I do remember that.
That's a milestone.
Not bad. It's not bad. So, yeah, I know we were talking a little bit on the way over here about your swap to support. What are like some of the things like you found like really enjoyable, and also like some of the things that you found like kind of difficult, like playing in a different role?
Yeah. I mean, for me,
Just loud enough for chat.
as an AD carry, I always loved like having agency and being able to do cool stuff, get my team on the same page, and like make things happen for my team. So support is really good at that. You can like send it on engaged champions, and that's been probably one of my strengths.
Yes.
So that's been quite fun.
You guys were playing a lot of Nautilus before Nautilus was cool.
Nautilus, Recon, just anything that gets stuff
Prismal.
done. What's up?
Can you throw out your mic a little bit for me?
Throw out my mic.
No, just like, put it.
Like eat my mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Can people hear me eat? Can you guys hear me eat?
Yes, they can, but
Okay.
people are saying that you're too quiet.
I'm too quiet. Okay. Well, if you guys are gonna listen to me be louder, you'll also be hearing me chewing chicken. So
That's what they want, Prismal. The ASMR.
ASMR.
Yes.
I can whisper into the mic too if it helps.
Give
This
the
is-
people what they want.
Hello.
This is so hectic already. I'm
Yeah, we've
welcome
derailed.
to the pod.
But yeah, support's
worry.
good and fun and also hard because I can't fight all the time. I have to be smart about it.
Hateful.
That is true.
I stopped counting, by the way. You're at 75. You already broke your quota.
I guess there's a running joke that we have going on right now that Mark doesn't talk enough on here.
Yeah, that's what Dimitri said.
So we're trying to get Mark to come out of his shell a little bit.
He's the lil face on the drawing. That is our honorary 4th
Mark.
roommate, Manfred Sanfred,
AKA
professional grifter.
Professional Grifter. Why don't you introduce yourself? Boom.
Hi, Manny.
Why does it look evil? Because he is evil.
We actually have the camera thrown off a little bit. We changed up the lighting.
Yeah,
we had
on
food light.
the painting up here.
Well,
The artist, the original artist, Basil Leafs, is talking about it.
oh, I like the
Yeah,
paint.
because
That's nice.
normally, Jake, we typically have face cutouts and then we tape them up there as well. But sorry, not special enough.
I'll work
Nah,
my
we,
way up.
we just kind of forgot. We have
Well, to be fair,
Oh, shit.
when we were figuring out who the roommate situation was going to be, we had tossed around 4-bedroom apartment possibilities. However, the first person I asked was Manny
shit.
because I really wanted Manny to be in our house because I felt like with 3 casters and a producer who also was a former on-air
Hold on,
talent.
shut the fuck up. Thank you to Blue Otter League for raiding with everyone.
Oh,
Thank you.
shit. Hey, Blue Water League.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck. I need to check the mailbox.
Oh, don't touch your eyes.
By
By the way,
I didn't. I touched the top of my eye.
make sure. Yeah, I'm just looking out for
Thank you, though. Blue Otter League actually sent us some gifts. I need to check the mailbox because.
I just got mail.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just brought them. So
Oh, cool.
No check.
All right. Well, apparently Blue Otter League sent us some gifts.
Oh wow.
So, thank you.
Not necessary, but thank you.
They pinged me a message, and I just keep forgetting to getting back to respond to it. And
Was
just
that the league that you guys were competing in?
No.
Okay.
It was a league that I used to cast for
Okay.
back when they were called Abyssal League, and then they name changed to Blue Otter.
These guys were playing 5s in summer.
5.
That was for FOF esports.
Yep. That's right. I had to
Oh,
sub in for a game.
yeah.
I
You guys
didn't.
win?
I was in the Discord,
on the
and I
list.
just never got called up.
I was 10 CS Victor in the game. 10 CS a minute. It was fun.
Anyway,
More about why you want me in your house.
yes, yes, because
We did?
well, I did. I pushed for it. I was like, hey, can we get Manny? And you guys were like, okay. I mean, if he was available, sure. And I pinged Manny. It's like, Manny, what's your roommate situation looking like next year? And Manny already told me, yeah, I'm living with 6 other people already. I'm like, fuck, man. All right, well,
6 other people like in one building.
In one room.
Oh wow. Like
Yeah.
they all share a bathroom. And
Manny is in a triple bunk bed.
You're going to hear a lot more about that in the most LA thing that happens probably.
Correct.
I'm not a triple monk.
everything. You're on the super.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Respect.
You ruined the fun. I wanted people to believe
could
you
have
lived
been.
in a triple.
Well, I have a lofted bed.
Oh, hey,
It's just
It
a
was
single bunk bed.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake, but you have so much room for activities.
God.
You know what else is a mistake?
There are room for activity.
Main chick on the
No,
podcast.
main chick. This was not a mistake. I would not. I'm having a delicious meal here.
I am too. I can't even like think about what I wanted to talk about because I'm just absorbing my chicken right now.
Well, then let's do some fun stuff then.
Okay.
You like team dinners?
I do like team dinners. Yes.
What are some of the best team dinners that you've had in the past? Whether that's this split,
Tier
this
list,
squad,
tier list, tier list.
in just any place you like to go to. What are some favorites for Golden Guardians or Prismal?
Okay, so my favorite place that I've ever gone to in LA was probably Boa Steakhouse.
Oh, I've heard about this place.
It's like
I've heard about this.
they
place.
have like Japanese Wagyu, a bunch of different sides. It's really impressive, honestly. But it's also they kind of cater to like celebrities in a way.
Yes.
So
That's
I do
why
know.
That's why I've heard about this place.
Yes, I do know that like a lot of league players are famous. Like I know Sven goes there pretty frequently, and so
What do you do? I have to like share like your Twitter with them to like be famous.
I don't know. I think they kind of just know. It's kind of one of those things where if you're connected, they'll come out and they'll give you free stuff.
Isn't it sick to be like European and just
It is.
Yeah.
They're like they call it like being the CEO of some place. So Sven is known as in the league world as like the CEO of Boa, because every time he goes, they bring like these special secret menu items that are amazing that I've tried.
Nice.
I didn't go there with Sven or anything, but I did get to have this bread. It was like a full bone marrow spread with like beef tartare, bread, a bunch of different like
oh my god.
fresh
Holy
vegetables and stuff. It was
You
insane.
guys are eating good.
Yeah, and they had like a fresh quail egg that they cracked on top of it too. It was like I was eating. Yeah, it was it was that.
That stuff is crazy, man.
Okay.
It was delicious.
So that's the best
goodness.
spot. Any highlights from this split or any
This
places that you guys
split.
like to frequent?
I mean, main chick is like what we order when we're depressed. So
Okay.
I'm glad I get to share this with you guys.
Thank you.
Hopefully none of you are currently depressed, but
Well, you know what?
It's part of my life.
When we get to our LA trip or LA moment of the week, I was definitely giga depressed coming in to the place today. So
Oh god.
I appreciate
I got you.
this recommendation. This is actually one of the best chicken places I've had.
This is really good.
What would you guys rate it out of 10?
It's at least an 8.
Yeah, I would put it in an 8 as well.
Nice.
For like fast food, this is like really good.
Yeah.
I didn't see the price tag of it.
I like $20.
That's very, very good. I'm a fan. Wow. It's good chicken. The Thousand Island dressing is, I want to say it's less tangy than Chick-fil-A sauce, but it's tasty.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored, yeah.
Even the
Wish I was.
seasoning on the fries is also really good. I was having a little side convo with Josh about it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of paprika, a little bit of brown sugar.
Yeah.
It's got a hint of cayenne pepper.
You know your stuff.
I do.
He likes to pretend he knows his stuff.
Oh,
He does
for
know it.
Diamond, we got Mark and I got the 2 sandwiches, and then everybody else got the 3 tenders.
It's good. Okay. So I know that you
And
guys
the
like...
UK fella get a menu breakdown on what we were eating here. This is Main Chick. It is a fried chicken place. And I
Hot
do
fried chicken
tendies.
place.
Yeah, like spicy fried chicken. Combo 5. Which one is combo 5, Diamond?
All right.
Oh, Diamond knows the sauce.
Cubby, would you
My
like
man.
to begin the podcast now?
We're doing
it has
a
been like
podcast?
15 minutes.
Josh is just in Twitch. He's like ignoring us and is just in Twitch chat.
Yeah,
Josh is a
I'm
man of the people.
I'm
He's
hanging out
engaging
with
the people.
the bitches.
He's engaging the bitches.
And I think team food's fun to talk about.
This is why I pull.
I know you guys like you like hi-ho. It's pretty good. That's a very popular one.
Chicken buggers.
What else is popular? Do you have a sushi place you like? I caught him in.
I
What's
do.
your KBBQ
Sorry, I was
place?
eating, but there's a place in Marina. There's like a parking lot that has a hi-ho cheeseburger, and across from it there's a Kazunori, which is like a hand roll place.
Ooh.
Insane. It's probably like the most affordable, also the best sushi for the price that you can have, and it's right next to the pier. So that spot is like, whether you're tilted or celebrating, it works.
Or
Manny,
date night. Affordable date
change the
night.
game
I've
that
also
we're
done that
playing.
as well. Yeah.
Let's go,
What
my
game are we
fucking man.
Kazunori date.
Huh?
It's like a jack of all
game are we
trades kind of
playing?
spot.
Yes, sir.
It says that Team Fight Manager.
Oh, we're playing Teamfight Manager.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, here we go.
Puppy.
Team fight managers.
That's my
How's it
favorite
going?
indie
Alright,
game.
We'll have to go there.
What
You
are
get to
we
run
playing?
like an esports org.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
kinda cool.
4v4. You draft for everyone. And if you set the AI to harder difficulties, it's legitimately hard.
It is tough.
Jeez.
So like the last 2 seasons I played on stream, I did not promote with my team.
Are we playing this?
No,
No,
but
we
I can show it to you.
Wait,
after.
hold on. One of the things I've dreamed of doing is have a team fight manager like
Tournaments?
season.
Yeah, have
like
a
a
league.
league,
That would be pretty cool, yeah.
right? Like
I'm
you
down.
gotta play. You have like 10 people, and you gotta play all of them once, and then afterwards you have like a playoffs. Like that'd be sick.
I would be down. I mean, I've never played the game, but...
You should invite a Nero.
Yeah,
Oh, and Arrow would be crazy passionate. That guy's like #1 sports fan of all time. He's
Yeah.
so like engaged when he watches League.
Thanks for the vacuum.
I love fandom. Is it actually? Is that?
I don't know who's into those vacuum. By the way,
Who's what?
Someone sent us a vacuum.
we're pretty sure it's Canadian.
Yeah.
Canada.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. Did you send us a vacuum, Manny?
Their place is quite
I did
clean,
not send
so
you a
thank
vacuum, but I may or may not have been involved in the sending of the vacuum.
Oh, so someone reached out to you about our address.
Someone reached out to me about what you guys needed, and then like last week they said,
Oh,
you guys were literally talking about needing a vacuum, and I was like, yes.
Wait,
I
who?
know.
is it Mary?
No, it is Lean and Beat.
Oh,
It is.
Because they asked me if we were around today.
I have
yeah.
an evasive maneuver.
Yeah,
to get
and
napkins.
make the evasive maneuver. Maybe.
Thank
yeah.
you, Lena and Beat. We love you.
Yeah, we just have to open it now.
anyway.
Oh man.
So we've been dancing around it. I'm back on the team now for a little while anyway.
Yeah, now that Prismal's done with his food.
Yeah, now the
Okay.
Prismal is done.
I'm good. I'm focused. I'll lead the
No one. Yeah, no one
flow
else.
of conversation.
You can now Prismal. We had a long conversation about how important it is to have a team captain.
Yes.
Would you like to be team captain today and lead us through the topics?
Okay, guys. I
Okay.
don't know what topics we have planned.
Okay. Things we always talk about, kind of in no particular order. We always talk about Salt League. We always talk
Salt
about
League.
LCS.
Okay, I'd love
we always
to.
talk about how much we hate LA.
Okay.
And then we usually at some point also integrate some type of segment where we talk about the guest's interests or something that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, at some point you also need to ask us about our hot takes, and you're going to judge them.
Okay. I got it all downloaded,
Should we
guys.
lead with the hot takes, or should we lead with NACL?
Well, he's the team captain. Team captain, what are we doing?
I think we should transition into League of Legends because we're eating food. We should talk
Okay.
about LA because the food is from LA. Kind of like.
All right, so we're
make it
starting with the
interactive,
most
yeah.
LA thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I guess we'll start with the most LA thing.
All
as we eat
right.
the food.
I'll
Let's go.
First. I'll go
Wait,
first.
you're going first. We'll let someone else go first. You
Okay.
can kind of get like a vibe of what the most LA thing
Okay.
this week.
We'll read the vibes.
Mine's short. I got a nail in my tire, and I had to get a new tire.
Me too, but I didn't need to get a new tire.
What's specific to LA about this tire?
It's never happened to me before.
There's only nails in LA, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, they only make
Everywhere
them in
else
LA.
is-
They're
glue.
more common here.
The nail capital of the world.
Okay.
Capital.
The most LA thing actually is I played my first round of golf for public golf yesterday. I played golf with Shat. Very fun. Good golfer. He beat me on the back nine in our match play. I was up 1 with 2 to go, and then I choked.
Had better long strokes
yeah.
than you.
I will say I had a shit lie in the bunker that you only get on public golf courses. He offered for me to rake. I played that as it was, and that, if I rake, maybe I have a chance. But
Look at you.
anyway, we had 2 randoms. It's like right by Fox Studios. It was the course where Jack Nicklaus got his first paycheck, which is cool. And they had a monument to Arnold Palmer on the last hole because he took a 12 on that hole in 1961.
I love
that?
tea.
Arnold Palmer?
Arnold Palmer, well, his name's on the drink,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was known as the king in golf. And it was right across the street from Fox Studios, and overall, it was a cool thing in LA. So my LA thing was actually good this week, besides getting a fucking nail on my tire.
Solid. Besides the nail in
Okay.
your tire.
Yeah.
I realized I don't think I shared this story on the podcast before, but since I haven't said it before, I think I can still use it. I went to a 40K tournament the other week, and for anybody who doesn't know, I have a bunch of like little models and they're plastic things, and you push them around. You basically pretend you're a commander of a plastic army man model. Anyway, I went to an event, went 2-1 there, and my last opponent for potentially getting first in the event happened to be the number one ranked player in the world.
In the world.
In the world. Imagine you're playing your first solo queue game.
You played Faker.
Yeah, and you literally just run into Faker. Like
Fate
he's
just
just
did not
your
want you
opponent
to
there.
win.
So were you the Gold 4 brand? Or were
Yeah, no. I got solo killed like 14 times in lane. Like it
In
was
lane.
not good. It was the most embarrassing defeat I've ever had in almost any game ever. But the fact that you just it's like walking around Hollywood and just sometimes you just see people. This one happened to be the Faker of 40K.
I mean, you can't really blame yourself. You
Yeah.
lost a faker.
I mean,
That
I-
doesn't
Yeah.
feel too bad.
I didn't
I can't
know.
believe I didn't recognize him.
I didn't know who it was at the time. I just like, oh hey, hope this is my first event. I'm trying to go through it. And he's like, well, I'm gonna try and prevent you from doing this. Like, all right, cool. And then I looked up later on. It's like, oh, this guy's the number one because he beat me. He was actually like number 12
Yeah.
before the tournament, but after beating me, he got rank 1.
Good for that guy. Honestly, you could put that on your resume or something. Like,
Hell yeah.
a guy go from number 12 to number 1. Also, I just want to point out, I don't know not to rag on you, Cubby, but
No,
you're.
it's fine.
I don't know how you are with Spice, but you're very red from the. I think it probably is from the main trick.
I think he's sunburned.
It's definitely
It's
sun.
definitely.
I would like to go with the narrative of that. You this
Yeah.
is the spiciest
Wait,
chicken you've
Jake
ever
gets
eaten in
it.
your life.
Jake
like
gets
this.
it. He's becoming a caster already. That doesn't suit the narrative.
Let's go.
I
I'd like to
like
push that onto the crowd.
I like that.
Cubby can't handle much spice.
Let's go.
You know what spice level this is?
I picked the same one as you, so mild.
I don't know. I think I went with like a hot or maybe like a medium. I don't recall going with a mild.
Yeah, that was weird. I feel like Prismal, you went for the spiciest
I
thing
do.
possible.
I
and then
remember we were talking. Me and Joshi were talking before this, and we were going for probably like the most hot level
you're
that
like,
we could
how
think of.
how many habaneros can you put in
Yeah,
there?
we didn't tell you, but
Yeah.
sorry for you to find out this way.
All right, who's up next?
LA moment, most LA moment. All right,
We
Rafa,
could
you.
do Mark, or we could do
I
Rafa
could
seems
go.
deep
Mine is
in
quick.
contemplation.
Okay,
Let's do Manny.
Manny, go.
Go for it,
Quickie,
go for
quickie,
it.
quickie.
All right, so
Grab
I
a
was on
drink.
Venice Beach
Yep.
with my
Did somebody get hurt?
who was in here. No, we were just chilling at a bar, having some drinks.
Wait, you were on Venice Beach with who?
Some friends of mine.
Okay.
One of them flew in from high school, and it was raining. So we were at Venice Beach in the rain, and basically just this random guy walked by, and he had like a cup of water, or at least what I hope is water. It was clear and we could see it, so it looked like water. But he just kind of like threw water on us and everyone else that was there, and he just kept like chanting, "I'm making it rain on these hoes" over and over again. And so that is my most LA thing of the week, short and sweet.
Beautiful.
That's
Not bad, not
quite the
bad.
experience.
Yeah, I feel
All
like
right,
I was
Mark?
right there living it with
Yeah,
you.
I can go. So that way we get to save Prismal's story for last.
I was about to say, I'm the
Mark
chicken
has
was
built
delicious.
Mark has built this up a lot. Like as soon as he came back, he was
Yeah,
like,
you were like,
"Guys,
I
I'm
got a
going to
story,
win."
and I can't. I'm not telling you guys because I'm saving it for this.
So, it's a two-parter. First is but it's all about how much I fucking hate driving in LA. I mean, which is pretty much a given. But this was like probably the worst it's ever been. So driving to my LCS meeting today,
No big deal, no big deal.
I mean, I have one every week. So
I didn't know that you cast LCS.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, Manny, were you at the same meeting?
I was.
It was at the same meeting. I saw him there. I waved hello. Anyway, on the way there, normally I take a certain route because it's usually pretty efficient. However, it got blocked up because there was an accident. So I was like, oh, okay. Well,
That same route is still blocked, by the way.
and so I went another route. And on this other route, it went through some back end streets that I'm not normally familiar with. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. As long as I still can get to the 10, it'll be fine. On the way there, something happened where traffic was just not moving. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so finally, the left lane starts to move, but the right lane is not moving. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get into the left lane because I need to haul my ass over there, right? And it turns out there's a dude who's like threatening a car with a giant sledgehammer. He's like raising it, and he's like screaming and shouting at the
Did you
car.
see the dude?
I did. He was pretty terrifying because I didn't roll my windows down because I knew that if I engaged with this dude and be like, hey, what's going on? He could have ran over and just start fucking beating the shit out of my car. But he was just like threatening. And so then he walked off the road. Car started moving. He runs back on. And then there's another car that he starts like just getting angry at and shouting out. Giant sledgehammer. And he's like, I didn't hear much. I just knew that he was pissed. Beyond all compare. I'm like, wow, I'm getting held up in traffic because this fucking dude. This I don't know what was his problem. But we just like were stuck there because we couldn't get around him, and he was threatening because obviously if you run him over, that's going to cause more issues for anyone who does do the damage, right?
Really?
So you considered it.
Well, I was trying to consider ways to get around all the traffic, but then other people were also doing the same thing because we were all trying to get somewhere. So that's why for the start of the LCS meeting, I just called in from my phone because I was like, well, I can't fucking get there quite yet, so I'm just on the phone.
Did you say that you were delayed by Sledgehammer Games?
No, I didn't tell this
legit.
to anyone.
That's a company, by the way.
You said it.
So,
Fun.
You should have said that as an excuse. Yeah, I feel. Like
And
that would've been
because
very
of-
valid.
I was sleeping with the other guys at Sledgehammer Games.
so, and
My
because of
contract's being negotiated
because of
right
all
now.
this bullshit, and I had to go through back roads. Already, I'm just like some LA roads are just awful for your just like the driving experience itself. You're like bumping up and down and all the shit. On the way back, the place that I wanted to go through once again is still blocked off, so I have to go through the same back roads again. Thankfully, it wasn't the same. This guy still wasn't there. What happened was these roads are so bad, and I'm in a Discord call with like, I think Dimitri and
Some friends.
Kai, and yeah, it's just some friends. And I was just like talking and singing about, man, I hate LA roads. They're so fucking awful because I'm just like bouncing up and down. And then I hear my car flashes in the dashometer and says, check your tires. And it shows 40 PSI, 40 PSI, 40 PSI, 0 PSI.
Oh no.
And apparently my tire just completely blew out.
Wait, so I fixed a nail on my tire today. You have a nail in your tire.
No, I had one. The guys in my local tire shop are super cool. They just pulled it out, and because it wasn't leaking, they're like, you don't need to do anything, and they didn't even charge me.
And you lost your tire.
Yeah.
And you were making fun of me for saying that, it wasn't just LA, like you find
something in
nails,
the air.
I don't know.
You know
The
what?
L. You guys put the L.
No,
in
no.
LA
You know what?
week.
This
I
is
like that.
this is the next great conspiracy theory, all right?
Okay, Prismal, put the A.
LA as a city is here to fuck your tires.
Yeah. So
It is the mob that's doing this.
I'm
The tire mob.
I'm just grateful that I was only 3
It's the
miles
mob.
away from our place. It was still like about a 10-minute drive, but I was like, oh my God, I can't pull over anywhere because there's no street parking anywhere near me whatsoever. Streets are awful with traffic. No one's going to let me out. And I'm just praying like, okay, I hope my tire is not that bad. And I'm just inching forward and I just feel this little
I know that. I know that.
skadunk. And I'm like,
no.
oh God. Thankfully, if you go look at my tire right now, it doesn't look popped. Like it still looks intact, but if you like look on the bottom, you'll see like a little, so
Wait, did you get it fixed?
I love the sound effects.
no, because
Really
I've
tying this
it's been
together.
so long that I've ever replaced a spare tire, I've forgotten how to do it.
You drove home on it?
Yeah, I did.
It's not great for
Oh.
your car, but that's
Because I didn't know what to do. I was just like,
That's a Shakarez tweet, honestly. You're on the list for that.
Actually, I have a addendum to this most LA thing of the week that's tire related because there's another tire story.
I also want to say that someone in chat said that it's a covert operation from LA to reduce traffic. This is a covert tire operation. Honestly, that's my conspiracy.
Someone should get on that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're reducing traffic by fucking tires.
Yeah, so I was supposed to have a date on Tuesday, and she called me up like 30 minutes before we were supposed to meet. She's like, I'm gonna have to cancel. I just got out of work. I got to my
Sorry,
car
Matt,
in the garage.
real quick. Can we just appreciate that Mark made sure to bring his mic closer to his mouth as he was drinking?
Yes.
ASMR.
that was for you.
Continue.
Yeah.
Your
She
your
called
date,
me and she's
she
like,
called you.
I just got back to my car at the end of the day. Tire's flat. And I was like, I'm going to have to cancel and call AAA. And I was like, nah, I will come change your tire for you.
One, big one.
Ooh.
So I went and I changed her tire.
Wow, Manny.
Points.
Change her tire first.
Manny's.
Hey, Manny, can you change my tire?
I regret
I wish I
inviting.
didn't hear that.
Why-
I regret
I'm
inviting
You
muting
can
your
welcome
mic.
Manny the same way his date did.
Oh my god.
I regret inviting.
I would have
Prismal.
preferred to have all 4 of my tires popped than to hear that again.
I am muting your mic after this.
You know what we should probably do is we should just have a highlight reel of like the worst parts of the podcast and just send it to guests. Be like,
That would
you were
work.
signing up for this.
The shenanigans, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean, we
God.
could just put. I already put the raising NASMR with the
I'd
watermelon.
like to add to the tire story as well because
we have
Hold on, I'm
another
fixing my
tire
mic.
story.
Let's go.
It's a fucking inside job.
Mine is less like cool, but me and my teammates were at an event together and we were on the way home.
Oh,
and this
shit,
car rammed into us. I'll
Yeah.
probably touch on this in my LA story, but Our tire was also destroyed. So
Oh no.
I'm just joining in with the boys here. on this one.
Everyone's okay. That's good.
We're all
right?
good. Yeah, we got into like a minor accident on the way home.
The
But
only
good.
time my tires are blown out was also in LA. Keep going.
yeah, it was like the metal part of like the rim came off, and we had to drive home, and it was like a weird creaking sound similar to the one that Raafaa made.
Yeah.
But that was not ideal. I feel your guys' pain on the tire situation.
Okay. Well,
Wait, hold on. I want to tell my tire story because
Okay. Oh, we all have tire stories.
my
I guess.
tire story. This
By the
was-
way, we are 30
What a
minutes
tiring
into the
day.
Don't worry about it,
podcast,
don't worry about
so
it.
you know.
Okay.
It's all good.
The last time actually the only time I've blown out a tire, I was here in LA and I was chilling over in like Santa Monica area and I was living in Anaheim at the time. And I get the call from XT Elton Mock. He's like, "Hey, I need you to come fill in because I think it was Returned or Coco is like sick.
Yeah.
Can you make it to the big studio, the Bloody Invitational Gaming Studio, in order to do this cast?" And I was like, "All right, I'm on my way. Let me drive over." After I think I was just done with my Team Liquid cast. But anyway, as we start going, I'm like 4 blocks away from the Alienware training facility, and my tire just goes. I give Alton a call and it's like, "Hey, Mr. Mock, I'm not making it today."
Has Gavin Newsom ever had any tire issues in California? We got to find out if this is an inside job.
Ask.
I'll ask him.
All right.
Yeah,
Next time
ask
I
him
see him.
personally.
Now,
We're gonna get our
Jake,
people on that.
We heard that you have
A hatchet
another
story.
Yeah.
I have two. I have two other
Two
stories. I
stories.
came
2
prepared,
hatchet
yeah.
stories?
Oh my.
No, not 2 hatchet stories.
Okay,
The hatchet
okay.
one is like more tame. But I did remember this as I was thinking about it before the podcast.
Okay.
So the very first time that I came to LA, I was like a very not socially adjusted gamer. I was pretty
Yeah.
bad at like saying
Bushy-eyed
no.
one
Yeah.
might
I kind of like
He's made it a
had no
long way.
social skills. So if someone asked me to do something, I didn't know how to say no. So I'm in a really crowded airport waiting for my luggage, and this guy in a bathrobe just like hands me his phone. And he's like, "Yo, record me." And I was like, "Okay." And then he gets on top of the carousel where all the like the luggages are rotating, and he just starts talking about like weed and the news. And apparently he's like he has his own like personal website where he does this like weed like broadcast about something.
Was he like going around on the carousel?
Yeah, no, and he was like looking up like this, like it was like a spaceship. He had kind of like a captain hat on and like a bathrobe.
Oh my
And everyone
god.
was looking around at me like very weird and like disgusted. And I was kind of just like here, just sad that I was a part of this. But then it went on for forever, and then I handed him the phone, and he like was trying to talk me up and like network himself because I told him that I was like a pro gamer. So he's trying to sell his weed broadcast to me and my organization. And so I kind of like I don't know what I did, but that definitely taught me how to escape from whatever situation.
All right. You know how I transition this into actual NACL talk?
Well, I want to hear the hatchet story.
You hear the second one?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, last one. Last one
Yeah.
is I was on the way to work, and there was a man with a hatchet that was kind of just like standing there menacingly, like the SpongeBob meme.
Yep.
But there was a group of girls, I want to say like 15 or 20 of them, that were leaving a spin class, and they kind of walked past him on the sidewalk, but he would scream at them, and then they would run away. And it kind of reminded me of like Bloons tower defense. Where, like they would walk into like the radius of the man, and then they would all speed up and like sprint and grab their bags, and then he would just kind of stand there and like look at them and scream at the next person that came by.
God.
It was a really bizarre scene, and then eventually the police showed up and he was gone. But
Yeah.
I was just kind of witnessing that, and I'm like, I can't really help these people, but I was just standing there watching, and I'm like, this is LA for sure.
Yeah. LA is quite the place. Now, you know how I transition us out of this?
Please. Be my guest.
So that first story that you said when it was your first time here, that would have been when you were on 100 Thieves
100
Academy,
Thieves. Yes.
and you were victorious there.
I was.
Academy.
I
I
won the
remember your
split.
game 5.
And-
Kaisa.
Yeah.
I was.
And that's how we get back into NACL talk. So, your guys' season wrapped up, as the majority of teams at this point. I know that I thought you guys had a nice season. I know the playoffs didn't go exactly how you guys wanted, but I guess any overall general thoughts about kind of what your year was like as you're in split 2 of playing support now.
So this split overall, I mean, I'm really glad that it happened because I think
Yeah.
transitioning from AD carry to support has been really difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not naturally like a good leader. I feel like I'm a pretty social guy, but I'm not really good at getting everyone together in the game and like making shot calls and stuff like that. And that's kind of the role that I needed to fill on my team.
Mhm.
So we all did a pretty good job at being on the same page when we were winning, but I feel like as a team we were pretty bad when it came to losing. And so I was kind of forced to confront myself and like better myself in that role. But overall, the transition and playing this split as support has been a lot more fun than AD carry because, like I said earlier, you have just a lot of agency to make plays and to do cool stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been really great. And I like working with all my teammates. I mean, everything's been really cool. We can get into it, but for
Yeah.
the majority, it's been a good experience.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that like we were talking in the car, like things that I thought you do like well. Like you and Array would very often base early on to reset health bars, like actually like live the dive, drop a few creeps for that. I think that was good. And walking top, obviously you like the engagers, which makes sense. But no, I mean, I thought you guys had a nice split. I mean, you're a series that like you went down and were close because you lost to Fear, and that was a really close series where all 3 games were probably winnable for you guys. You guys get 2-1, and then what was the other one? The FlyQuest. You guys fell to them.
No, we didn't fall to it was to Team Liquid.
Oh yeah, TL. I mean, TL's playing really well now, so no shame in dropping to them. But
Yeah,
I know,
I'm not too mad about that. They were pretty good.
yeah, they played well. So yeah, I mean, I think that like this split though, it's wild. Like we had 7 teams that were within 1 win of each other in regular season, so it was pretty competitive. Like, how did you feel? Like you've been playing, Academy Challengers. Like, was the league different for you this year? Like with the expansion, like did you like it? Did you not? What are your
I would
thoughts?
say this league, I've been kind of like the least focused on like all the other teams.
Yeah.
As opposed to other splits.
Yeah.
Because for me, my team, and I think overall in general, kind of like an NA thing, is that everyone likes to talk down to other people and make them feel worse. Like kind of, oh, everyone else sucks. Our team is the best.
Yeah.
And so our team kind of had the culture of like, we need to focus on what we're doing and what we need to work on so that we can win against any team.
Yeah.
And I really do think our team could have beat any of the teams, including Team Liquid.
Yeah.
But when there was this kind of big, long tie for third, for us, we just felt like, oh, we should have won. And when we lost our games, it was kind of like, sorry, I'm just going to comment on whatever shenanigans are going on right now. But
I wanted to hold Cubby's hand.
I just want to say that it's my birthday. I'm the only one here without a drink.
happy birthday.
So
Do you want me to
happy
make you
birthday.
one?
No, I got to drive later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
Does need to drive.
Nerd.
yeah. Maybe
Birthday boy and designated driver.
Yeah.
Responsible driving.
I'm glad that we're having fun. I will say, too much fun.
I just noticed your hand is also very red.
Yeah, we could do like a red comparison here.
It's like almost as red as my
Here,
jacket.
I get a little burn.
Oh no.
No, I burn hard like once, and then I'll peel a little bit, and like then I tan for like the rest of the time. It's how it always
Chad is
works.
demanding you hold hands.
I also have the nastiest. I have really nasty tan lines. I do tan well.
I'm trying to get to hold your hand. Thank you. Yeah, we did
Let's
it.
go.
After not casting all.
Can you
split
guys
together.
believe that League of Legends is like a big part of our jobs? I don't think we've talked about League of Legends
What is League
like
of Legends?
once in the last 45 minutes. of
I
this
mean,
League of
I'm
Legends.
gonna know about like
Wait,
the
what's
season.
the
like,
name of this
team.
podcast again?
Raising NA. We're
Okay.
trying to up NA.
Yeah, does it
quality
have
of league here.
any mention of League of Legends in the name? I didn't think of it.
That is true. I mean, the CL is silent.
We are raising the number of shit posts.
Yes.
We are raising
Put this
the
in a
hate on
montage.
LA.
Anyway,
We're
all right, Prismal.
raising the conspiracy theory about tires and traffic in LA.
All right, Jake, I do have a question for you.
What's up?
Right. One of the things I'm always curious is about how much do players like listen to the broadcast, especially like for games that they won, right? How much do you go back and like listen?
I mean, I'm a really guilty proponent of this because I always like, if I do something really sick, the first thing I'll do is after the game, like
Yep.
my teammates are all talking about
Yep.
draft, but I'm like, yo, guys, look at this. Look. I'll show them my replay. I'm like, yeah, I knew this guy was going to flash. And then I predicted this flash. And I killed him and I killed that guy. And my teammates like, so what are we playing next game? Like, they don't even care at all. And then we'll win the series, and then I'll go back in the VOD, and I'll listen to the casters, and they'll be like, Prismal comes up huge. I'm like, yeah, I did do that.
I will say, like, from like being like on the other side, like my favorite part about like coaching like a collegiate team, especially because you have to deal with spectate delay
Yeah.
in those matches. And so, like, when the team, like, won, we just, like, go all hop in a call and, like, watch the broadcast and be like, this fight was fucking sick. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
I
that's
think
what
everyone
happened.
that ever played on a team did
No,
that.
everyone
I did
does that.
Yeah,
We
it's
do
so
that,
fun.
we
It's
do
so
that.
fun.
We like in our little rec league, we would be like, "Oh, we played that fight well. We got to see what the casters think." And even if they're not like the most polished in the world, if they
fine.
get
If
excited,
They
or
say your name.
if they
just
point
like,
it out, they're just like, "Yes,
That's me.
that is me." Also, quick aside, Jake, if you swirl and
Okay.
get the liquids with the.
I'm swirling. I'm
There
getting
you
a
go.
nice
Swirl.
mixing
It-
action.
Cubby
Yeah.
looks super uncomfortable. It's making me.
No, I
very
just
happy.
I find it
Yeah.
funny how
For
derailed.
those that are unaware,
Rafa's making this.
Rafa made me a drink, and
I
it's,
did.
it's quite good. I think
Now,
there's
Rafa,
some.
Rafa's good at making that. Yeah.
I asked for a drink, and he did a whole preparation presentation, kind of like went into the lab for 20
Mark, you
minutes
get-
and came out with this.
you get
and it's-
30
I did have a
seconds to describe it.
follow up question.
All
to
right.
the first question for you, Jake.
Oh, okay. This
Um,
takes probably.
what did you think of the narrative that we had about Golden Guardians this year?
Which was?
Which was, oh, we forgot about them. Hey guys, they're actually super good.
Yeah, what
I
of
would
it?
say it is fair. Like I think the way that people rated us before the split started was pretty fair. We were pretty low rated. People thought we'd be like middle of the pack
I
at
don't
best.
know where I had you. I definitely had you guys middle of the pack.
think
I
we were,
just
like,
don't know
sixth.
where.
On your
Yeah.
guys' radar, I don't really remember.
I
to
would
be
have put
honest.
you guys somewhere between like 6 and 10.
I
before the season
I think
started.
that like I remember one of the earlier podcasts. I said that there were 6 teams that I thought could win the league.
Yeah.
EG was one of those.
Haha.
That was preseason, and then I remember like quickly on being like you guys started playing well, and I was like, I guess we got to add like GG should be considered on the list because you guys had a stretch of weeks where you went from like middle of the pack. You guys won like
We
I
went
think
from 2 and
7-1.
4, and then we went 7-1.
Yeah.
Won many games in a row.
Yeah,
I will say that as a pro player, a lot of pros kind of get really angry at the casters whenever they make these lists. They're like, "Oh, this guy has no idea what he's talking about." But I mean, it is like an entertainment industry, and it's kind of your guys' job to make those rankings.
You being angry at us means that we're doing something right.
Yeah, it's kind of like the point.
well,
like reactions
that
and-
depends. You know, if sometimes they're just bad.
Sometimes Mirror's listed 15th.
Sometimes they're just bad.
I
you know?
will say that I was really happy about some of the rankings I saw because I remember being listed highly as a support, which was cool. But for our team, we were definitely playing really poorly at the beginning of the split, so I thought the rankings were fair. I mean, at no point was I like, oh, the casters were right or anything like that. But I remember our team had this kind of like power up moment where I don't think any of us really expected it to happen, but we were running into tons of issues and kind of all blaming each other and doing the stereotypical thing that every team does where everything's exploding and everyone's getting mad at each other. And we had the kind of like a heart-to-heart walk, one of those like super kumbaya moments as a team where we're like, what are we doing wrong, guys? This person sucks at this thing. We all like yelled at each other. And then from that, we kind of came forward and kind of rallied and became a team that I think everyone looked at us and thought like, oh, this team could potentially be one.
Oh,
of the top
you know,
teams.
you guys were a really well-respected team in the league. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of teams, like, because of how close it was, that, like, it kind of felt like everyone was kind of like, all right, like, whoever shows up better on the day, you know, can win. Like, that was so many matchups. I felt that way with, like, the 2 matchups where you guys went down, and felt that way with a lot of matchups in this tournament, like, looking back.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like we were kind of nearing our full potential, and we all thought like, oh, we can actually win the split. But then we kind of crashed and burned and succumbed to the pressure of, I feel like mostly because for me and for Rosethorn, we've been like around a while. As like someone that hasn't been in LCS before, you kind of feel like, oh, like if you don't make it this time, then you're never going to make it or people won't think that you're good.
Yeah.
And so I would say that I kind of like, we both kind of let that affect us. And when things weren't going well, we didn't really handle it the best. And it kind of like affected our team overall.
Yeah.
And in some ways, like we kind of lost sight of just what it takes to win every day.
Yeah.
Because you can really be complacent when you're winning every single game. You're like, oh, we did it, guys. We're the best.
Yeah.
But once you actually start losing again and teams start getting better, you have to also constantly be pushing yourself to do more and work on your issues. And when you're winning a lot, you kind of don't really pay attention to the things that you're doing wrong. Because if you go 2-0 against a team, you're not going to be like, all right, guys, let's all sit down and think about how we could have played this sequence better because you won. Like, you have to really be a certain kind of level of like athleticism, or I guess like have a certain dedication to winning to really want to sit down, win or lose, and be like, what can I do better? And really be honest with yourself when that happens. So we definitely fell into a bit of like complacency, I would say, and kind of like a sense of relief, like, oh, maybe we are really good. But I think ultimately all of us, even the rookies, have learned that winning and being the best team is more about like resiliency and pushing yourself every day, win or lose, than it is about kind of like what other people think about you or how you're doing on a certain day. Like it's an everyday process.
Yeah.
Every team's going to boom.
Yep.
You got to get the booms out of the way.
Yep.
And then also the team that booms the least usually wins.
Yep.
Or, you know, you got to boom and fix it.
My favorite quote comes from Cloud9's jungler last spring, where he's like, yeah, like we don't really care about winning the league. We just want to get better, and you will naturally get wins that way. And so it's like, yeah, as long as you can do that, as long as you recognize that. I mean, honestly, I kind of don't like the format this year of every single team goes to playoffs, because it's like, well, now we're playing all these games for seeding.
Yeah.
They're 1-29, Josh. They could win.
That too.
It's possible.
I will say
mathematically possible.
If there
True.
was somehow a world where CLG Faith took every single game and like somehow improved and then went into playoffs and just had a miracle run, that would be like
That would be so hype.
that would be
That'd
the
be
hypest
awesome.
shit ever.
That'd be some March Madness shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Also, first round matches suck, except for like, there's like usually like the 8 and 9, the 7 and 10, and then sometimes the 6 and 12.
hey, a 16 team,
Or 6 and 11.
a 16 seed won this year. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Also,
Tight
I
fight.
think it was a different format.
Yeah.
Golden Guardians. We went from
Oh,
like 10th in
ratio.
regular season to 3rd in Proving Grounds that one season. So anything's possible.
That's
I
true.
think.
Oh no, the summer with Niles.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was like
you and
Niles,
Rosie.
Rose Thorn,
Yeah.
Yembi, me, Newbie.
Yeah, no, you guys played really well in that. It was the Ziggs game. I remember
Yeah.
you guys were playing Ziggs.
6 bot lane.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
the pioneer of Ziggs. I'm
Yes,
actually
you were a
really
very
proud
good
of
Ziggs player. Yeah,
that. Now APA has taken the reins as like the Ziggs guy.
dude, I Ziggs.
I was the OG.
I
Now-
looked at that game 5 draft today and I was like, Ziggs wins.
He did win.
There are just some games where I think Ziggs is good. Yeah.
Now, Prismal, would you ever consider you get Jackson to play Senna and you play Ziggs?
I've brought this up many times. Actually, I've actually brought this up many times, but one of my issues
Send a text.
as a support is like I want to play everything, and it would kind of lead to me playing like the crazy shit, like Varus 80 Varus support, Callista support, and then I would die 12 times and get really tilted. So my team was kind of like, Jake, what do you think about Nautilus? Like, I think that champ's kind of good right now.
Actually,
I'd be
okay.
like, guys, I want to play Brand. They'd be like,
I can say this
so
now.
Leona.
I can say this now because it's the end of the season. You guys were flexing Nautilus in jungle.
We were flexing Nautilus, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I sat in on a scrim for another team. You guys were playing Fear, unironically.
I think we played it in a match as well.
You
We
did
won
play
with
it in one match,
against
and you won.
CLG Faith, I think.
It wasn't the week, like it was a different week, but I remember seeing not jungle and Fear like FF'd at like 8 minutes. I was like, well, if you play the game like masochists, you know, that can work. You guys just like
Wait, what
perma-dove bot.
did you just spam gank after level?
Okay, I have the sauce. I'll tell you
An
the full,
LPL team played it too.
I'll give you the full
yeah.
strategy. And
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
actually
yeah.
I have a story linked with this as well, but
Okay.
basically, one time we were picking Nautilus just to pick Nautilus.
Yeah.
And the thing that everyone does, because no one knew that it was a flex, and it shouldn't have been a flex because it's really bad. People would just instantly pick Braum.
Yep.
But I came up with this, and I think our positional coach, I think he's academy assistant coach. I don't know what his full role is. I'm sorry, Morgan, but Hustlin.
Yeah,
He saw the enemy team lock in Braum, and both of us had like a light bulb moment. We're like, wait, can you play Nautilus jungle? And my jungler's like, yeah.
This is because Braum, very good in the knot.
Yeah, Braum is a Nautilus counter.
This
but
is
you
the only
can't
reason I hate
blind
Grandmaster.
Braum is a champion that
Yes,
if you
no.
blind pick it, you get absolutely
You
turbo
should.
punished.
You should.
So we started picking Soraka with Nautilus.
Yep.
And the thing about that combination of champions is if you have someone like Jinx that really likes getting resets or Varus, you can kind of just walk up to anyone, even a tank, Nautilus auto attack them, and then Soraka silences them, and you just chain CC them to death.
Yep.
And it's pretty much guaranteed to get a reset.
In this game that I watched, you guys played Nautilus Blitzcrank.
Okay,
You
that
rolled the
went
game.
a little bit off the
That's
rails.
tech. That's
Yeah.
tech. That's tech. No, this man's
We kind of
spitting.
like fully bought into the Nautilus jungle train and
Yeah.
then kind of went off the rails a little
Yeah.
bit. But I do remember the original combination was Nautilus and Soraka. And we played this against one of the LAN teams. They were one of the top LAN teams that we
Yeah.
scrimmed. And the next day they pulled it out in their match. I forget which team it was.
Oh,
It might have been
shit,
Rainbow
really?
7 or someone, but
It wasn't.
Uh,
It wasn't
is-
Takeover's team, was it?
Isurus?
yes, I think so.
Because that's the shark team.
They got that from us.
Wow.
That's fun. That's
It's
fun.
pretty funny.
Let's go.
That's based. I'll have to go back through the VODs.
Yeah, someone find it somewhere.
But it wasn't Takeover's team, right? Because that's Astral.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a while.
I wouldn't think so. But yeah, I've definitely I've taken some time to go through some La Liga VODs, just in case. And
Like soccer.
no, like
Regal Legends.
LLA, the as Prismal has said, the LAN teams. So, because I wanted to get a understanding of why Estral Esports is so dominant right now. Other than, I mean, we have our boy Takeover there. Jose Diodo has returned. Also, they have Yurson, who was formerly TSM Academy support as well. So, I mean, the roster on paper looks really good, but I just wanted to see like what they're doing so well. And I did come across Isurus, I think, and I think that's where I saw the not jungle. I was like, that's weird. All right, cool. And I didn't think of anything of it. So but good to know that you taught them that.
I just want to point out for anyone that potentially would want to try Nautilus Jungle, I tried it, and you can't kill jungle camps. It takes you a good, like, you can read a novel, come back, and the camp will still be alive. So definitely don't try it.
You must.
I didn't know that Rosethorn was taking one for the team when he picked it. He kind
Yeah.
of made it sound like, oh yeah, you can play it. Like it's viable.
No,
It is so hard to kill jungle camps. You basically have to gank for your lanes
Yeah.
24/7.
it's doomed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can update, some current NACL talk. We should probably get there.
Yeah.
Big win today for TLC.
Good job, team captain.
Woo.
Thank you.
Yeah. They went to 5.
They did.
Uh,
Bradley and APA both took turns running it, which is why we went to 5 games.
Yeah. I will say I don't want to say I'm super surprised it went to 5 because Fear's been doing this all year, and I don't want to be surprised anymore, but I was TL favored going in.
As was I.
I would say that I would not have been surprised with literally any game score result. Right? If you told
Fear
me
3-0 would have
like,
surprised me.
that would not. If you had somebody come from tomorrow and just be like, Josh, yesterday Fear went 3-0, I'd be like, sure, why not? Like maybe it's a day where Arrow and Kim Down just don't show up, right? Okay, like that's an easy 3-0 for Fear, right? And that's been kind of how they've played, but they've been playing well. So it's like if they play really well and like TLC 3-0, I would not have been surprised. It's like if it was literally any score, would have not have surprised me. That said, I was slightly favored Team Liquid, but it was like 51-49.
All right, check this out, Josh. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
What if TL FF'd and just gave up?
Okay. Yeah. If you told me that Fear won the series 2-0, I would definitely be surprised.
Dude, what you guys have to hear, sorry to interject, but Raafaa reminded me, one of our teammates, Concept, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me telling this story.
Yeah.
In an ultimate display of dominance, he was trying to hype us up, and he was like, guys, like, we're the best team. If we really try hard, we can win any game. What if we're in the finals against Team Liquid, and we get to their Nexus game 1, and then we FF? And then we get to their Nexus game 2, and then we FF. And then we reverse sweep them.
Oh my god.
Wait, okay. Are there rules about whether or not
I
you're
don't
allowed
know
to
if you
FF?
can actually do that as a
Yeah.
competitive or not. I'm not sure. I think you can, but
That
it's
is
just extremely BM.
insanely BM. Holy shit.
I love that. Hype up the boys. I
As
love
far as
that.
I'm aware, there is no rule against.
There's no like official rule, but I think everyone would hate you.
Yeah.
Also, if you FF 2 games in a row and then you made it to game 5 and lost,
That would be
you're
so
losing probably like your job,
Yeah,
maybe all of your
mean-
reputation in the league.
It's fascinating.
We need that to
me.
happen like a lower league. In,
Someone's
like,
on the
Brazil.
way out. Like they're LCS,
No.
they move to academy and then they do that.
There has to be like a lower league in Brazil where like a team like FF's game 1 and like chirps like on stage and like goes back because they always talk like such mad shit.
yeah. I mean, it used to happen. Like there used to be FF.
Yeah, they're definitely used to.
There
And
have
it's
been
like,
now.
but now it's like you look at it now and it's like, oh,
Personally-
the optics of forfeiting if you're a professional player, are, like on stage, are like not good.
I
but
will
that's
I will
weird to
say
me.
like it personally I'm okay with it. Like
Yeah.
if you've ever watched StarCraft, it's very common to have FFs in StarCraft.
Yeah. I mean,
Very
okay,
common.
so the thing is, it is incredibly common in any 1v1 like mind game, not sports usually, but like mind games like chess or StarCraft or whatever.
Yeah.
If they're 1v1, resignations are super common. But as soon as it becomes a team sport, it just never happens. And I always think that's a little bit weird because there's definitely a spot that's like, hey guys, we're fucking like, there's no way we win this game. Let's FF so we
Save mental.
and move.
No one wants to do that. No one wants to be that guy that's like, hey guys, like it's over. We can't win. You know, because like you don't know if your teammates are on the
That's
same
true.
page as you. Whenever something happens
Yeah.
in the game, you're kind of like, oh, that was really bad. But I don't want to be the guy that tells my teammates that are trying to win, like I don't know where their heads are at. I don't want to be like, guys, we should give up. You know, because that just sends home like the wrong message. And even if you lose the game, you should still be focused on the current game that you're in, just so like
I think there are
don't know,
ways to do
for
it
team's
though.
sakes.
Like there's like a not like let's give up. It's like, hey guys, we tried. Haha, let's go next.
if you did that, you would get kicked from any pro team.
Yeah, I
If you're
know, and
Like,
I think
hey
that's
guys, you know,
dumb.
we did our best. Let's wrap this one up. Like on stage, no way.
Yeah, but I think
a
I
no-go.
think that's silly, right? Because it is. We have seen games where it's like, oh, we lost the game. We went for a play. It went poorly, and our team just like, if we don't have a lead at 15 minutes, we lose, right? And like those are games like, it's 15 minutes. We're down 4,000 gold. Our team comp doesn't scale past 20 minutes. Like, whatever.
I think that no one should FF a game before 20 in pro, but I was okay with some FFs.
Yeah.
Because I think they happened in such a rare fashion that it was actually entertaining when
We're
it did
super
happen.
hype when people FF'd, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I kind of have a different like take on it. I think for my team especially, it's kind of like when you're losing and the other team should win, you should make it as hard as possible for them to close. Because if you're supposed to lose a game at like 15 minutes,
I
but they
agree.
end at 37, that's like a mental edge that you have over them.
it
It's
is.
like you guys were up 10,000 gold and you couldn't end against our team, you know? And that's when you get really creative. Like we'll do stuff like, okay, guys, hear me out. We're going to stand in this bush for like 5 minutes. And even if no one comes here, we're not going to show until they do. And that stuff always works in Academy because people aren't really like
It's fun.
well drilled. Yeah. But we've definitely had series where we'll lose a game, but the game goes out really, really long and we stall for a while. And then it definitely like your team gets the mental edge. Even if you come out of a loss, you're like, we actually made them work for it. Yeah.
Yep.
I have a game that reminds me of that so much. This was back in like season 3 or something. I was just playing with a bunch of my platinum friends, and we queue into it was Reggie, Steve, Lena, Dan Din, and someone we didn't recognize. And we start off the game. We literally get 4-man in season 3. We get 4-man dove on third wave in the bottom lane.
Oh no.
And like
FF.
Reggie's like starting to dive us on like our second tier turret at like 7 minutes into the game, and we just tell them, I was like, okay, we're talking to the team. It's like, okay, we're not gonna FF this one, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we kill everyone on their team at least once. Like nobody has a perfect KDA, so we do that. It's like, okay, guys, we're gonna get 1 turret this game, so we do that. It's like, okay, guys, we're gonna get 1 dragon this game. We do that. We end up doing that kind of thing until we get 2 of their inhibitors. And the way that the game ends is we drag it out to 50 minutes. We win a fight. We like wombo combo everyone, but we didn't realize that the one random guy whose name we didn't know was backdooring us the entire time.
It was the Rain Man.
It wasn't Rain Man.
It was
wasn't
him,
Rain
yeah.
Man.
No, it was him.
Dude, those are my favorite. Those are my favorite moments as a pro player when like someone on your team is gonna backdoor, and all you have to do is just go in and die. Like that's your job. You don't have to win the fight. You just have to have a fight start.
You just have to stall them
Yeah.
as long as
No, I'm really good at just going in and dying. Like that's my specialty as a pro player.
Is
Hey,
your
me
cope
too.
For inting
Nice.
this season?
So wait, say that again.
Is that your cope for inting this season?
Yeah, that's my cope. It's like, guys, I made time.
You were our little.
Could you imagine if that recon play and you didn't hit anybody?
Oh, that would have looked really dumb.
So funny.
But I was feeling myself. You know, I saw the guy blast code.
It was
It's
super
like, I'm
high.
going. Yeah.
You would have been or you were our little Hillisang, you know.
Let's
Just
go. I'm like mini Hillisang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mini Hillisang.
Prismal
little
saying.
Hillisang.
Filipino, Ukrainian Hillisang.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got 2 series left in NACL. First off, do we have any thoughts on C9 versus Dig and Dig making the winners bracket in a 3-1?
C9 looked like shit from what I caught as a spectator, but I don't know the full story.
I think
played
they still
okay.
played fine. I think they just got beat.
I think they actually lost. Like Insanity played really well game 1. Like that. Like Silas versus Ari is supposed to be.
Yeah, no,
horrific,
Insanity
really.
dumped on game 1.
But like Insanity played so well in game.
And then
1.
Hoon got Thanos draft Gwen in game
Yeah.
2. Wait, did you see the draft for Gwen?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, I have not seen a better draft for Gwen.
What was the draft?
Okay, so enemy team, they had Sion, Maokai, Vel'Koz, Zaya, Renata.
Yeah, that's not playable.
Yeah,
Like
like
at all.
you know how many abilities Gwen Shroud can eat from
Gwen is
that?
immune. I feel like that's one of those like series where, as the coach or a player in the series, you go to bed and in your dreams you just hear or see like Gwen is immune. Like it's one of those. It's like there's nothing you could do.
Jake, I want you to guess 2 things. One, how many turrets did Hoon take by himself? Like 100 to 0 the turret. by himself.
7.
Close. It was 6. He got 6 entirely by
Let's
himself.
go.
And at what minute did he hit 300 CS?
Or no. Okay, at what minute did he hit third item death cap?
Third item death cap.
Because it was he had Rift Maker, he had Cosmic Drive, and then death cap.
22 minutes.
25.
Damn.
It was absurd.
He hit 300 CS at 25 minutes though.
25 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you can kind of do whatever you want.
He was
The
farming
thing that's
simulator.
weird about those situations as a pro is sometimes you're in a situation where it's impossible to lose. So all you have to do is just like play
Yes.
and not make mistakes.
It is literally
And
impossible.
you
to
look
lose that
really
game.
good.
Yeah.
Like, someone will look at the KDA and be like, wow, this guy's insane. But if you look at the draft and the way that the game plays out, if you're in a game where your draft is super hard losing and they have this unstoppable champion,
Mm-hmm.
if you make one mistake, that guy can literally just unplug his keyboard and he'll still
Yes.
be destroying your whole team.
Yeah, I thought C9 made mistakes that game, but it
Yeah.
was definitely Gwen.
Gwen things.
Jesus Christ, bro.
This
Whatever
happens.
you put in your
This happens every
drink is
podcast
stronger
Mark
than
has
mine,
one
There's
for
a
sure.
subreddit for that, Mark.
Yeah.
Actually, no. The best one of the best podcast moments we have is when we had Kangas on,
Yeah.
and this guy just took 20 minutes to make the drink that he made you to make it mid podcast.
Diamond says all I had to do
That's not
that
a
game is
moment.
count champions.
That's
for
like
him.
20 minutes long. You can't call 20 minutes of.
Well, we
moment.
just said we kept on being like, all right, Mark's just taking a siesta.
The best moment so far has been Josh's question. To
Oh,
Natalie
God.
I have an
last
idea.
episode.
I have an
I'll do it
idea for
again.
the podcast.
Okay, what's the idea?
So you guys, when you guys cast, do you know the names of every single ability?
We try our best.
Okay,
I
so
would say I know like 7.
I have an idea. I have an idea for a game that we could play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a list of every single ultimate in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will name like 10, and
Yeah.
whoever gets 3 of them in a row first will be the most goated caster out of the 3
Oh
on the
shit.
couch.
Okay, wait. I have one.
Are
for
we
you,
down
Crystal.
for this?
Yes, Mark's had an advantage, but yeah, we're gonna pull
I
this
have one
off
for
with
you,
Manny.
Crystal, real quick. Oh shit. Which of these champions ultimate is not include the word glacial? Braum, Anivia, Lissandra, and Sejuani.
Which is not glacial.
Which does not have glacial.
Oh, I know it. It's one, right?
Only one of them.
It's
Lissandra.
it's Liss. It's
You
frozen.
guys
Tomb.
just. Oh yeah, he doesn't get a chance to answer.
Yeah,
Well,
wait,
I've-
is your name Prismal?
I didn't hear that part, to be honest. I didn't hear the part where he was asking
Ruff is
for
having an
Prismal.
identity
I was
crisis.
raising my hand, asking if he would call on me, and then Cubby said it. I was like, "Oh, frozen foot."
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna get
that's
Okay.
a fun one. I
we're
just
gonna
don't
get
wanna
exposed
review
live by Prismal
All right, we're
on the
about
podcast.
to get exposed.
We're about
I
to get.
just
Okay,
had
okay,
this
okay.
idea.
Do we have to like? Is it fastest or is it everybody gets?
Yeah, I would say
So what are you gonna say? Like, champion. Name this champion's ultimate.
name this ultimate ability. And you have to name the champion.
We'll go a little bit by the honor policy. Maybe like we'll all take a couple seconds to like think, and then we can just figure it out.
Yeah. All right, Prismal, you give us the name and then you'll count to 3.
Okay. Unbreakable Will. 3, 2, 1.
Alistar.
It is Alistar.
Yeah. Fuck.
Let's see.
It's 100%.
It is Alistar. Okay. That is 1 for Joshi.
Woo.
Okay, next one. Apotheosis. 3, 2, 1.
Neela.
It is Neela.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 for Raafaa.
Mark.
Okay, let's see if I can find a good one. The Equalizer. 3,
Rumble.
2.
I think we all got that
We
one.
have a new up and coming.
I'm not good. I'm not good with 3 seconds, man. I need to like see the game. I'm looking at my
I
own
think let's
face
just
on a
do
monitor.
if you know it, just say it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, comeuppance.
It's one of the newer ones.
Auction.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
You
it's
said that
Akshan.
so confidently.
Auction.
I'm looking. Hold on.
It can't be
It's
Akshan.
a bit of a
Comeuppance.
freeze.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Ultron,
I need a bit of.
It is?
suspense
It's
to build.
Auction.
Yeah.
Hold on. My
Why the
phone
fuck
is
would that
exploding.
champion have comeuppance? It
I
sounds like
think
a
The whole
it is
thing is like
Akshan.
revenge.
It sounds like a Yordle thing.
Akshan. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
2 for Raafaa. Okay. Let's do first to 4 is the
Okay.
most goated caster of all time in
I'm
terms of knowing the names.
I should FF. Can we FF this?
We can't
Is it
FF.
past
We
20
can't
minutes?
Okay. Next one. Endless Banquet.
Belveth.
Yeah, it is Belveth.
Shit. All right. well done.
Okay, Raafaa is in the lead with 3. Last one.
Last one. No confidence.
I think Raafaa's taking this one, guys. Eulogy of the Isles.
Yorick.
And
Jeez.
we are correct. So Raafaa has 4.
What the fuck?
I don't know what just happened, but he's taking
I
the
was at
title
0.
as
Wow.
most goated caster that knows the names
Play-by-play
of the champion
bias.
ultimates of all time.
Play by
Okay,
plays.
Raafaa.
What's
I'm
up?
gonna do a barrage of like 5. And if
Okay.
you get them all in a row, you are just the best caster ever.
LCS Raafaa.
Okay, let's go. You ready? Demonic Ascension.
Swain.
That is
Yep,
fine.
that's correct. Bullet Time.
Misfortune.
MF.
Correct. Encore.
Seraphine.
Yes.
Glacial Prison.
You better get this one.
Sejuani.
Yes.
And last one, Inferno Trigger.
Samira.
Okay.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding.
my
Get a round of
God.
applause for Raafaa. In the chat,
LCS
too.
caster Raafaa.
Get some claps going. In
A
Twitch chat, too.
surprise game from Prismal on the spot.
I actually just came up with that. I'm not gonna lie. But
Hell yeah,
that was
dude.
great.
So there
Good job,
is
guys.
there are actually flashcards for this, and there is a game where like you have to get
Yo,
every ultimate in
ladies,
the game.
I am single, by the way. Just letting you all know.
Single and can make
Mark,
great
how-
cocktails.
On the single spectrum, where are you?
Where are you on the spectrum?
Oh wait. I mean, yeah, I'm single,
On a
but
scale of Cubby to Manny.
Oh.
We were talking about like what you're looking for, kind of spectrum.
Oh man.
Oh, it's my birthday.
I mean,
Oh no.
I'm not attached to, I guess, anyone.
You're taking this way too seriously.
I don't know. I'm definitely not in Manny territory.
You could have just said Jake, and we all would have laughed.
You're
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Wait,
Manny is the closest to not being single. I am definitely the furthest from
I'm
not
pretty
being
sure
We're
single.
all somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm closer to Manny than I am to Cubby.
Correct.
I hope no one's close to me.
I mean,
That's the problem,
close to
Cubby.
right
That's
now.
why you're one end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Oh,
sorry.
what the fuck?
Oh,
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, that was
Yours are
fun.
so
I
much
like that.
warmer than mine.
Going back to NACL, we
T9
have
TLC.
yeah. So we have C9 TLC coming up. Funnily enough,
Real quick,
C9
What does APA's dad say?
What does he say?
Kane.
about.
Raafaa.
Probably words.
Raafaa
I would
Dominic.
hope.
Well, no, he says that TLC
He's in
number
the chat.
9's winning. He is. But also, it is worth noting that C9 did put TL in the lower bracket, and TL made it all the way here. So that's always fun. Get a chance for revenge. Do we like TL's chances?
We do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want TL to
you-
win
you-
because they beat
yeah,
us.
yeah, I was gonna say,
they
you- yeah,
eliminated us.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
for sure, they have to make it.
bias caster.
Yeah.
Give us a.
I think C9 is tough to beat, but also I think it's in a 5-game series. I think it's possible.
I think if Arrow and Kim Down continue scaling up,
How much better is Kim Ben, by the way?
He's been
way
so
better.
much better in playoffs.
Kim is. I agree that Kim's probably most improved player.
yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
It's him or Manui, and it's probably I want to go with Kim at this point.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I definitely heard, Diamond, that you guys had scarred them with a certain pick.
Have you guys heard of Perry syndrome?
What's Perry syndrome?
Perry syndrome.
No, it's
okay.
The
It's
platypus?
different.
It was XU.
XU syndrome.
XU.
Sorry.
Yes.
So I believe on this podcast before, you guys had
It was
Soul.
not on the podcast, but this is a story
I'm
that
bringing this up.
you can bring this up.
Okay, so every jungler in NACL has what's called sorry Perry XU syndrome, where they compare themselves to XU and they're like, oh yeah, I'm way better than that guy.
Yes.
And I feel like every support has also done the same thing with Kim Down, including myself. Like whenever we compare ourselves to Team Liquid, I'm like, okay, we're kind of like evenly matched, or maybe this person's better than this person. I'm for sure better than Kim Down. But I feel like as the splits progress, he's definitely become a lot more respectable and less of like a weak link on the team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the meta swap did help. I know that he's a Thresh player. Enchantresses are tough, I think, to play because if you make one mistake, like your game's doomed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the guy. He's playing so much better. Tough match going into Zazel, but
I am curious on that topic, Prismal. Typically, you have one player in most leagues. There's like, this is the benchmark of like you need to be at least this tall to ride, right? Who's that
Okay.
player? Who's that player in support?
The
Who's that
gatekeeper.
player? The gatekeeper of support. You
Yeah,
need to be
if
at
you are
least
better than this player, you
tall.
are a good support.
in the
You
league
are-
or like LCS or what are we
In-
talking?
In NACL.
In NACL.
in
Yeah.
NACL.
Nah.
I don't know who's really considered like super middle of the pack. Maybe like
It doesn't have to be like middle of the pack, but it's like if you are better than this player, you are good.
you are good.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say myself. I'd say if you're better than me, then you're like a good support.
Nice.
All right.
I like
Okay.
that.
Fair enough.
No one else really comes to
I-
mind.
I
Maybe,
don't.
What about you guys?
Oh, for
I actually think you're a pretty reasonable answer to that.
I would have maybe said Trevor.
I was also thinking Trevor.
I think Trevor's like, I don't want to, maybe a tad bit better than the middle of the pack, but also like I think that if you are better than Trevor, then I would consider you a good support.
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
can see that.
Because I think Trevor is by far our best provisional support player. And
Yeah.
I think he also makes a good argument that he should be considered in like top half of supports.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well then if you're better than Trevor, who is, even though this is his first split of like tier 2 or above competitive play, and he's still really good. But he's also played a lot of years. So like, yeah, if you're better than this guy, then you're definitely someone worth investing in.
I like the argument. I would agree with that take. I'd say yeah, Trevor is like a pretty good benchmark. Although I would say Trevor also surpassed expectations for
Yeah, you did.
for what everyone thought he would be. I didn't think he was particularly good.
I mean, when we
I thought he'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he'd be as good as he was.
when we were talking about Cincinnati Fear as a team and whether they would go far or not, I know that both Wildcard and Fear were both teams that were like doing well, but then we were quick to say like, but teams are gonna figure them out. They're gonna get exposed. Blah blah blah. Wildcard ended up where we thought they would be.
After beating Cloud9 though, which was wild.
That
Yeah.
was crazy.
That was the
Garen
weirdest
incident.
series. That was the
Yeah.
weirdest series.
Wow.
But Fear went farther, not because of expectations, but because we genuinely believe that their bot lane performed way better than what we had imagined for
Yep.
them. And like I agree, if it wasn't for Kim Down, Manui would definitely be the most improved player. Because I remember this guy was really struggling last year on Wildcard
Champs
when
Q?
he tried out. Yeah. And it's just like from what I had heard too, it's like I don't know if this guy is gonna have the right attitude or what it takes to continue playing at a professional level. But
He had a really good tweet longer today, actually, about a split. It's a good read.
I'll have to
So.
read that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
good for him and good for the awesome improvements and growth as well. Because you already had two rock stars that you want to build a team around in Perry and Faisal, and Shochi is not a pushover either. So really solid run for Fear.
That team is probably the most improved team in the
Oh,
entire
yeah,
split.
it's like the expectation versus like how they performed. It was they blew everyone out of the water. Like
Yeah, I don't know what they did in particular. I think they definitely played the best as a team. Because I
Yep.
wouldn't say that each of them necessarily improved like insanely individually, but
Yep.
they all got better at doing the same thing together.
You know what I call that? That's like
The power of friendship.
Well, that was almost like what I looked at LCS CLG as for this year, where
Oh, yeah.
I thought this team individually.
Would be top 3.
It's a hot take. That you had.
Well, okay. I mean,
You were
yeah.
close. You were close.
Yeah, no,
There were
no.
four?
We
I
have to do those soon.
yeah.
Yeah, we do. We do
right
gotta get
now,
it here.
I put CLG.
Yeah.
You know what? That's our segue. Into
No. We got to do predictions for NACL. The rest of it,
Oh my god.
and then we'll segue to that.
All right. Okay.
So you want to move on predictions for NACL? What do we got?
Yeah. I think Dignitas win the whole thing.
Okay. Who do you think faces them?
Team Liquid.
Oh, you got them over C9. Okay.
Yep.
I have C9 versus Dig, and I have Dig winning. I think C9 3-1s or 3-2s.
I do want to say that my original prediction before the entire bracket went out. I don't know why this is happening.
It's just the program monitor. Don't worry about it. It's
We're
not happening on
exploding.
stream.
Okay,
I have
okay.
no idea what's going on. You guys bought a bad cable.
Or it's Cubby's computer. Smile. Anyway,
It's probably
my original prediction for the bracket was at some point CLG was going to get knocked down early, but then make the miracle run all the way through lower bracket. That did not happen. CLG got knocked out kind of early. However, Team Liquid are making that lower bracket run. So now I'm convinced that TL are going to be doing the same thing. But in both of my predictions, I also said that CLG and now in this case, Team Liquid would face Dignitas in finals, but Dignitas would still win.
There's great trash talk happening in the Twitch chat, by the way. Spawn the caster. If we beat C9, we 3-0 Dig. Easy clap at Diamond. Diamond Rousselans. You remember Kim Down in tryouts? Hope he can lane now.
Wow. Diamond is the king of trash talk, I think.
Yeah,
My goat.
he is.
Yeah.
I think it'll be TL Dig in finals.
You think TL gets
I
through
think it's gonna
C9?
be TL.
Wow.
Yeah, TL will definitely get through C9 because C9's like all above average individually, and they all have LCS experience, but they're not like wow.
Yeah.
Like I think TL mid jungle is wow. Like Mirror APA are playing by
Mirror's
far the
good.
best in the league.
Yeah.
I think
Mir and
Mir's
APA
really
are
good.
legitimately a very strong jungle mid duo,
Yeah.
and they always have been. But now that Arrow and Kim Down have like leveled up their laning, I think that was like the biggest issue going into
Yeah.
Lost Sazel, right?
APA has been good, but I think that Mir's he was the best jungler left a while ago.
Yeah.
And I think once UG fell, I thought that Mir was the best jungler left in the tournament. So.
I think both of the side lanes for TL have been underperforming in the split, like Bradley and Arrow came down, and they've been kind of like the weak points for the team, but they've all stepped up. And also, I think
Yeah.
They all play really well in team fights. Like I know that
They do
even
team
in
fights
even in
super
our
well.
series where Concept solo killed Bradley like 3 times, Bradley just got a quadra kill in the team fight when he was like 0-4 on Gwen.
Bradley was in my chat for like that VOD review. He was like, "We don't talk about this game. We don't talk about this game. We don't talk about this."
That was
Getting
crazy.
clapped by Concept up there.
I mean, I think I favor Cloud9 in the series, but it really, really depends on what version of Team Liquid shows up.
I favor C9, but I mean, you're playing Mir and the Telmio. I think that's very winnable for TL.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Oh,
right, like,
also
today we had a game where Bradley just ran it. We had a game where APA just ran it. Right, like if we have them playing their best, I think Team Liquid will win. But it'll depend a lot because like Cloud9 are pretty darn consistent. Right, they are consistently good, but whether or not you are playing great is, I think, the big thing. So that's why I feel similarly to how I felt about Team Liquid versus Fears. Like, if you told me that any score, I would not be super surprised. The only thing I'd be super surprised about would be a Team Liquid 3-0.
I think that's fair. I mean, I think Team Liquid will 3-0 though. I don't know. It's just a vibe that I'm getting.
Just a vibe.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it.
Prismal, you're
There's something in
I'm a
the air.
TL fan now.
just out of curiosity, Jake. You're chill right now, right?
I'm chill right now.
You're vibing, like you're, because I am.
Are you gone? Are you out of it?
Well, I'm not gone.
Mark's a lightweight.
But and I feel even more embarrassed because Spawn is now in the chat
Hi,
and
Spawn.
he's seen firsthand how
It
much
just makes them more endearing.
You're a lightweight.
yeah.
No, I didn't drink at all until like the last year or so. But now I'm pretty good. Like I'm chilling.
Mark is
I'm trying to hold it together, y'all.
I believe in you,
All right.
Mark. You got this.
All right,
We
Mark.
have the same drink.
yeah. This happens every time.
I mean,
I drink with Mark.
there is
Wow.
Bacardi rum,
Yeah.
butterscotch schnapps,
Yeah.
and a little bit of Kahlua.
Nice.
Actually, no.
So
cream soda, right?
like
Yeah.
compare that to like I don't know, like a beer or like vodka or something.
It's probably like 2-3 beers.
I've been holding my beer intake pretty well.
Yeah.
These weeks, I'm just like, oh man, my feet is buzzing. So-
Your feet.
Your feet are buzzing.
I believe he said feet is buzzing, but
yeah,
you know.
my left foot is buzzing.
Oh, maybe you
that
just had,
that
maybe-
sounds
It
like
adds
you
to
should
the experience.
shift your position.
Yeah,
It's like the
maybe
theme of the podcast. Just chaos.
it
Yeah.
really is.
My bad,
We got to
guys.
get out of the
Yeah.
chaos though. All right,
Yeah,
so
bring us back in.
I have Dig winning.
I have Cloud9 winning.
Mark,
As most likely.
I said Dick.
I think Dig will beat TL in the finals.
Yes.
3-2.
Manny, you
I
any
have
opinions?
the fans winning because I don't watch nearly enough NACL.
Go to 5 for all games.
Opinion.
Okay, LCS hot takes. Prismal, we brought you here for a lot of reasons. One, just enjoy some
For
food,
the main chick.
hang out. I mean, the main chick's great, but we also need you to settle.
Spawn, I
something
want you to
for
know
us.
that Mark took
Sell you
way
something.
too long to read the
settle something
message.
for us.
Okay, I'm here to settle.
So
It makes him more endearing.
Shut up.
Are we showing power rankings and then doing hot takes?
yes, we had power rankings and hot takes at the start of the year for LCS. So here are our power rankings. Manny's, we all had TSM 10th, so I guess we're all out. I gotta say, Manny had GG the highest, Dig the lowest.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We're not going to talk about the TL though.
My
I
ninth
should
was
have.
dead on.
How did I put TL at 4th?
I had them at
You know
third.
what?
They won every
think,
scrim, bro.
I no.
Very
I think
close.
I think part of me having TL at 4 was also assuming that Diplock's gonna be playing the entire split. I do think that changed
Yeah.
C9's rating quite a bit.
Same. That was my cop out.
Holy shit! If I had
I had
For everybody
GG
who's
at
wondering
9.
why it's taking us so long to process this, our screen that we're looking
There's
at.
yeah, our screen is like blinking.
This
Sorry.
is a very confusing issue that we've not had at all.
We don't know why
today.
our screen is
Guys
blinking,
suck.
but it's blinking quite a bit. Yeah.
The
I think
cable, I think,
wow,
is
I
suffering.
had Team Liquid the lowest.
I
And
think.
it's
I mean, these are what they are. The more interesting thing is the next one.
Right.
I think Joshi's has C9 the highest and Golden Guardians the highest.
oh I also
Or,
have
no, Manny had.
Oh, wait, no,
Manny had
has
GG.
high too.
I think Manny might have had the best list out of all
Yeah,
of us.
no, I
oh,
think
except
Manny
no,
was actually-
TL third's bad.
Manny, like each tier list has like something.
We
wrong
could
with
definitely
it.
Mark-
mathematically do it. If we
Mark
wanted.
minus GG is actually pretty solid.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can't put GG ninth, bro. They have Gory and River.
I put GG. Mine was the worst.
I'm
I'm gonna go with mine being the
You
worst.
guys thought like River or Gory wasn't gonna fix the problems, or what did you guys think?
I didn't think too highly of Corey. I thought that like his laning would suffer in NA, and it doesn't.
So my actual reasons why I thought Golden Guardians was not going to do well was I
had no faith in Licorice.
I-
Still don't, honestly.
that was not my reasoning. Mine was just I didn't know if the the team was going to mesh well together. I felt that River and Gory weren't going to get along well because River requested for Gory. I thought Trevor and Huhi would get along well. Licorice was just going to be there, but then there was going to be disconnect between those groups of people, and it wouldn't come together. But it did. So, and now they're playing for third place right now.
Yeah.
At the very most, to go to Raleigh. So, and I know how much it would mean to Nick Anero because he is from North Carolina. So if he could bring the team, in his first split as a general manager, that'd be pretty fucking hype.
Do you have any good thoughts or vibes for the lads of GG going into LCS? I assume you see him work quite a bit. Obviously, it's been a pretty good split over in that camp. Any positives going on that you notice or anything
I
in
definitely
particular?
will say that the vibes overall, because Golden Guardians has historically not just been that winning of an org.
Yeah.
I think they are definitely there's a big different look on how they perform and how they work every day. I can definitely notice the head coach Spooks doing actually a really good job at making everyone really focused, having a really candid environment. I always see everyone kind of critiquing each other, and people have touched on this, I believe, in other podcasts or interviews. Stixay and Licorice have said this, but Huhi is always sarcastically flaming his teammates or being I don't think it was good that you died there.
Who is the best?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they actually are really good at improving and getting better together.
Hearing Huhi just drill Trevor about getting his laning better is actually really funny, but also really good for the team because he's just been Trevor, when he was on one of his stage interviews, he was Huhi's a different person. Back on CLG, he used to be this quiet, really very nice boy, and he now on this team, I was like, hey Jay, it's good to see you again. It's Trevor, you fucked up this CS, you fucked up this laning. What?
He does that, yeah.
So
You're good.
I mean, no, Trevor and Jay, or Stixay and Huey, they definitely leveled up a lot. And I know that Huey, both of them, we played them a lot internally and in scrims, and I definitely noticed the difference nowadays. They can go toe-to-toe with any of the bot lanes in LCS.
Yeah.
And Stixay has been really, really consistent.
This has been
really good.
This has been a huge redemption and just overall kind of revenge split from Stixay and Huhi overall. Stixay gets to continue this arc of I almost was out of LCS, but now off of a whim, I went from coach to player because Violet couldn't make it. And then people realized I still had what it takes. I get promoted. Second split in, I'm now competing with some of the best marksmen in a pool where you have Berserker, Prince, Doublelift, FBI. Hell, if you want to look at just pure laning stats, Yawn was also up there and just pure laning. This was a very stacked pool of marksmen, and somehow Stixay is now also in the conversation, and he just took out the third All-Pro ADC, and he's going for another one who was also considered for that.
And he won the series for his team against the third All-Pro ADC.
Correct.
Doublelift.
Yep.
I mean, I wasn't very surprised, honestly, because I was talking to Stixay when we were in Korea in the offseason before the split started. And I was kind of asking him and picking his brain. It was 3 a.m. We were having drinks, just talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
And he told me that he's played in the league for long enough to know that it really is all about confidence and how you project yourself, because anyone can beat anyone. And it kind of just depends on how much you believe in yourself, because it really does translate into the game. And I can tell even when he's doing poorly or making mistakes, he really does think he can be the best. And it showed in the series against 100 Thieves in the game 5. I know his team was scared because in that play, I don't know if you guys have all seen it, but in game 5, after he died with the Baron play, Stixay basically took his entire team on his back and went in 1v5, killed Doublelift, lived, and won the series. There's not many AD carries that would step up in those situations, and I think that's what really makes AD carry players great.
Especially when Huhi sees that Trevor is inching forward. He's like, no, don't do it. Licorice is pushing mid, don't do it. He does it anyway, and he wins it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that when you have that kind of relationship and someone's always holding you back, it's almost like they trust you more when you do go for something.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the moment, who he was probably telling his team like, "Oh, it's bad."
It's
But
game
then
5.
Trevor's like, "No, and then just sends it. I mean, I didn't hear the comp, but I'm sure that was what happened.
One of the greatest examples of that, it was 2015 Fnatic, when you would always have the relationship between Reignover and Yellowstar, where Yellowstar would be the person that said it would be reserved. It's like, I don't think we can do this. And Reignover does, no, yes, we can. No, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And the constant back and forth, push and pull is what inspires. And it's like, it's almost like a vibe check. Like, I think me and Josh have been
You're going to say Hillesang.
Yeah. No. Me and Josh have been in teams before, and we always talk through like plays, and we'll be like, this play is good, this play is good. And if someone says, no, this is bad, it's not necessarily like we generally think it's bad. It's like, are you sure? You know? And then if we say it again, this play is good, it's like, okay, we believe it, right? So sometimes you need that just so that you make sure you're gut checking someone and you're challenging them saying, are you sure this is a good play? And if they just fucking send it, then sometimes it's good.
If you want to read a good sports psychology book about confidence, the one I recommend the most is Your 15th Club by Dr. Bob Rotella. Yes, it is a golf book, but also I know that it's on a recommendation list for coaches, and also I've talked to a couple players that have actually read it. One off of my recommendation, they really liked it. And it all it talks about is like confidence. Like if you're gonna execute something, like in golf, like I mean, it's just like anything else, right? Like you have to have a plan. Then it's like, can you execute it? Like, what is your head going through? Like thinking, like if you have any negative thoughts like that, like does that help your odds of executing? No. And I think it's really good for like knowing what you can control, what you cannot control, and also like just like what approach you can have to like help make sure you find more success. It's really good. Because like when you talk about 6A with confidence, I really believe that. Like you are never going to be the best if you do not believe you can do that.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Hot takes.
Yeah, we got to go.
We got some hot takes.
Prismal is what we need you for. You got to settle it.
Okay.
We all did hot takes. We have to eat something hot, much hotter than main chick.
Okay.
Maybe
for the
hot as
punishment.
me.
We have it here.
We do not. We're gonna do this on a future episode, but
Heard.
it was a little bit close with some of the hot takes that we had.
Yeah, explain the bet first though, right? Or oh, you did, I guess. Worst hot take has to eat something.
Yeah.
Worst hot take
Somewhat
has to be
decided
something.
by
So-
the best hot take, who hands down the best
Here are
hot
the
take.
hot takes.
The best hot take was Manny.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like these takes.
Manny's take was correct.
So
That's not
I'm-
what I remember saying.
So I'm supposed
Top 3
to
laning mid.
figure out
Yeah.
which one
No,
is the
that's
worst.
what you sent me in Discord. You said Harry will be a top 3 mid.
Fuck.
Should I read this out to the stream?
not what I
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
audio only. So
Okay.
All right,
so,
then mine might be worse.
So Cubby's hot take is that contracts will be all pro.
He finished
jungle.
4th.
He did finish 4th. Raafaa's was that CLG will finish top 3. Joshi's is that Harry will be a top 3 mid laner. And Manny's is that Dignitas are the second coming of 2021 CLG and will finish 10th.
I will give Josh a bit of an asterisk, as he did argue for laning mid with
Yeah.
Harry.
We can say it's laning mid. That's fine.
If it is laning mid,
I think
I
I'm
know
safe.
I'm safe. So between the 3 of you,
So
we can
one of you
decide.
3 need to. Okay.
All right, okay. What is CLG?
They finished
yeah.
4th, and contracts finished 4th. COG finished 5th, 6th though overall.
So the biggest question.
But they
is-
finished regular. These were regular season hot takes. So Mark and I actually tie.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Harry take. I think that one is the most like wrong.
I mean,
out
if
of
it's
what I'm
top
seeing.
3 mid period, yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely
'cause
Josh.
there's no way that Harry like was close to top 3 mid this split.
No.
I think he could be. I think it's not like that bad of a
Yeah,
take
yeah,
to
yeah. No,
have.
this body was not.
It's definitely a good gamble, but this split, no, he didn't live up to that at all. So I have to figure.
Uh oh.
All right.
All right. It looks like Manny
Prismal has spoken.
gets to pick what Josh eats
I'm
on
not
a
gonna
future
do it now,
podcast.
but yeah, no, I
Okay.
On a
Just
future
bring it
podcast.
next Tuesday.
Should get one of those like really really insane sauces and put them on like a chip or something.
Ooh. Up
I
to
mean,
Manny.
It's not the first time Josh has done that. We did hot dabs in the past.
I thought you were gonna say something really
Really off the
off
cuff.
kilter.
Yeah.
Gotta
We-
keep them guessing.
So Mark, way back when during COVID, Mark actually sent us all the Hot Ones game.
Oh, nice.
Which
nice.
I
The
have.
Last dab.
There
The
are
last
some
dab.
great clips from that stream.
It is a good party game, I will say. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it is.
It's fun. Okay,
Hey,
so we got
Prismal, do you have any thoughts on Gatorade bottles?
On Gatorade bottles. Where's this going?
you.
This is
We
no comment.
are.
This is a bait.
We're yes, it is. And
No
we are,
further
you don't know what it
comments.
is. You don't want to know. And we are going. Maybe you find out after the podcast. You will not find out on the podcast.
Okay.
Or microwaved bananas?
Raafaa's going through it right now.
Oh no!
we're gonna move on to LCS playoffs as we have a few matches before we decide the top 3 in Raleigh. This week we have EG versus Golden Guardians
on Friday,
and then the
Cloud9 versus FlyQuest on Thursday.
Okay.
So C9 Fly. Any thoughts?
C9 will win.
You're confident? You think C9's best team right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think M&S coming onto the roster has really just
That guy's good.
It's been the final piece in the puzzle that Cloud9 has needed.
That guy's good, and he wins 80% of the games and then loses 20% of the games, and I'll take that player every time.
Sure. And like,
and it's M&S or bust.
The funniest thing about watching Cloud9's game against CLG on last Thursday, Jensen was the pro guest on that series, and there's a lot of as polite as they could jabs towards Jensen. It's like, hey, what do you think of this Cloud9 roster now that you're not on it anymore? And Jensen's like, I mean, I would love to say that they're doing worse without me, but the thing that kind of sucks is it looks like they're doing way better without me now.
I was the problem.
And it's not even like Jensen was the problem, but like what M&S brings to the team is a lot more what helps Blabber become like a more aggressive jungler.
Yeah, he goes from Blabber to Blabberfish.
Correct. And you always want the Blabberfish. The fact that M&S is so dominant in laning phase means that Blabber does not have to care or so much protect mid from getting like solo killed. It's much more, hey, I'm going to cover you so that you don't get or you don't get ganked, and we can counter gank. But also M&S will use his prio, link up with Blabber, and they just completely terrorize the map. So, and then you already have probably Fudge's best split ever. He is now, he's number 1 all pro for top. Berserker, number 1 all pro for ADC. Sven, honorable all pro.
Berserker,
second.
I don't agree with Berserker 1. I still think it's Prince MVP, the split.
It is Prince, yeah. It has to be.
Yeah. Berserker was better back half of the season. I think he wins it off tiebreaker, but
sure. And even if Sven doesn't get to be number 1, it's only being second to Vulcan, who is arguably still our.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, these are so like and that's not a slight towards Sven.
Vulcan played really well
because summer Sven wasn't even considered on All Pro for support. People were just kind of laughing and
he got a lot better.
Joking. It was just like, oh, Sven roll swap 80 carry and he's just playing Enchanter's Keck W, like super easy, right? But he's shown that, especially during a crazy meta where there's marksman, he was one of the few that excelled at playing marksman supports in the league, and he made great use. He's the only person that I would trust to play Kalista support. Not even Vulcan or even Busio. I mean, maybe Busio because he had a good Varus support game, but like, I would only trust Sven to play Kalista. And he beat Berserker in Kalista 1v1s that we had for content both times too. So it's like, Sven, this was like a great meta for Sven to excel in, but it's also proof that he has learned so much and he's put the work in and he's worked his ass off to change the narrative that he did not get carried by just a meta and that he is actually a good support. And Berserker only wanted to play with him. So Cloud9 are just in such a dominant state right now that there's no way that they do not just win the entire thing.
Sven's
like
lane got a
there's
better.
no way they don't win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think they're
Bringing
gonna
out
win
more
the whole
hot
split?
takes.
Yeah. You think they win Raleigh?
Yeah.
In the grand final.
I think they're in such great shape. The only reason why they're dropping games to like CLG or stuff is because they're getting complacent because they're so good right now.
I think that's fair. I think it's mostly a thing of mid jungle. I think mid jungle is like by far the most important 2 roles right now.
Yeah.
And C9 has the best mid jungle. And think of like all the top teams. It's like they have what? C9 has M&S Blabber. Then GG has River Gory. EG has Inspired Jojo. Fly has Vikla Spica.
Would you say they're top 5?
And NA, yeah. Good times.
Yeah. And arguably, I think Vikla and Spica individually are really strong in their role.
Yeah.
But I think as a mid-jungle duo, they are weaker in chemistry than Jojo Inspired, Gory River, Eminus Blabber.
Honestly, I just really want to see a FlyQuest versus EG series,
Yeah, I want to see that
just
too.
to see like Vickle and JoJo who can run it harder. They've each been running it less hard as of late, but it kind of feels like the weakness or the shortcomings of the team this season.
Big EG buff this past week where they're finally in studio and they're no longer playing from home. And it's not like a sickness thing or anything. It's just sometimes when you play from your remote environment that you also scrim in, you don't take the games as seriously. It doesn't feel as...
I mean, JoJo likes some
He
players
loves
they'll
playing on
play in
stage.
front. Yeah, it matters.
It actually matters a lot, yeah, for
okay.
some players.
Yeah. All right. One more question about LCS from the chat. We're gonna take it from Shonatonin. What 2 teams do you think are best to send to MSI from NA?
Cloud9 for sure.
Cloud9 for sure, yeah.
Yep.
And then I think it depends on how GG goes, because I think
Oh, you don't want to send Fly?
I don't know. I mean,
Vicla's gonna get exposed.
I think I would say that Fly has been looking worse.
Vikla can improve.
I think Vicla
Not
has
between
been-
now and MSI.
Like I just want GG to go because I'm on GG and I like the org.
Vikla
but
was playing better last.
objectively, it's probably C9 and Fly would be the 2 best.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that GG EG can make it into top 2. I don't think anyone's touching C9. Second is like maybe there's a chance.
Who do you think is a better opponent for GG if they were to win this round between C9 and Fly? Who are they taking the spot from to go to MSI?
I think I would rather
we're
see
sending
them
2
play
teams?
against
Yeah.
Fly.
shit.
I
So we sent
GG
one
versus Fly would
team
be
in
good.
group, and the other has to play in stage.
I just don't see any team beating C9.
So why? Okay, so that's like the only reason why.
That's like
Yeah.
the main reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope we send EG.
I mean, my like heart, I want to see EG go there. My mind tells me the way that team plays out every game, they're just gonna get ran by teams that can play mid game. Their mid game is
It's gotten better.
still pretty ass though.
I mean, I will say CLG lost the series more than EG won it. So, yeah. We'll see if EG can actually win against GG. They will have to win against GG.
I mean,
Golden Guardians playing well.
we were talking about how we think the EG Golden Guardian series goes among some of the talent in our meeting today, and I mean, most people are confident that Evil Geniuses are going to either run Golden Guardians or do very well. I was curious if have Evil Geniuses been pushed yet in terms of adaptation, whereas Golden Guardians have already now gotten a chance to experiment and say, hey, you know what? This game, we can give weak side resources to Stixay and Huki. Even if we draft them with something like Lucianami, we're going to pivot and give Licorice Olaf, or we're going to give him Gwen. And we're actually going to play towards the top side of the map. We're going to stack wave, split map, and then dive and give Licorice the keys to the kingdom. And Stixay and Huki are still going to be fine. They did that against Double If Busio. And it's anytime it feels like for 100 Thieves games track record, if you give Double If Busio a free lane, that's usually the game over. So the fact that Golden Guardians pivoted around that and got around that and enabled Licorice to be a backline threat, maybe it's something that you can do against EG. I don't know.
That was the best look I've seen from Licorice. I think that was a big part of it.
Licorice really stepped up, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He had an insane Olaf performance because I've definitely seen Licorice even be kind of someone that hesitates sometimes, especially in big moments, like pulling the trigger. But in that series against 100, I remember specifically he was playing Olaf and he dove tenacity under the tower as Bjergsen was TPing in to cover him, and he just flashed and sent it. That was really confident.
Yeah.
I think GG overall has stepped up a lot. So what do you guys think about GG, EG? Who do you guys think will win?
I would prefer EG in that series. I think that I still think that JoJo can outlane Gory, and I think that's big for mid jungle. I know Gory's had a great split. I think that Gory's well deserving of probably first team All Pro. I think that JoJo, in theory, though, should be able to outlane him, and that could be a big difference.
Yeah.
Because if you say that mid jungle's important, I really think that Inspired JoJo are still. I don't want to say the mid jungle to beat right now because of how well C9's playing, but if it's mid jungle meta, I feel like if EG's not a top team or not top 3, then it's why? I'd be shocked. So
I definitely agreed that JoJo and Gory can be maybe a coin flip, but I know for sure that Inspired is better than River because even throughout the regular split, there's so many times where Inspired, even in losing games and games that they lost, Inspired was not the reason, and he almost was the reason that they almost won games that they shouldn't have won. And Inspired has been just so clutch and insanely so many moments.
I really believe he's the second best player in the league behind Prince.
I think so too. Yeah.
He's so good.
He's better than Prince.
We ended up.
He's so good. He's so good.
We put him overall third All-Pro jungle, but I genuinely think that he should be the second.
He should have been off of like his regular season performance, but I really this guy's so good.
Like
he's
so
good.
Yeah, All-Pro. So like All-Pro is off of regular season performance, right? But if I genuinely believe like what we know what should be the case, like it should be Blabber inspired, then Spica versus Blabber Spica inspired that we got, and then Jojo Pyun at his peak should be like in the top 3 conversation.
Also, let's be honest, people vote based off the last week way too much, and they went.
True.
They went.
Recency
0-3,
bias
so.
does hit different.
Yeah, I mean, I think the All Pro votes, like I didn't have a huge problem with any of them except for like Prince being second team. But I think that like I mean, if I look at like what these guys have done in their career, like Inspired's one of the best players in the league. And I think that's why I favor EG a little bit. I favor GG's bot lane. I feel like someday though, I'm curious about Someday versus the Licorice. I feel like Someday's series was okay, and the Licorice is coming off his best series. But usually I'd favor Someday a little bit in that matchup. I mean, it's Someday.
I'm still convinced that Licorice is not that great, even off that series. He had played really well that day, but I think it was just an
No, I'd still favor Someday, but I mean, he is like if he can continue to step up and level up. I mean, GG plays well as a team. Like I think that they find a lot of snap engages well, and I think this meta right now is a lot about snap engages.
They have main character energy too.
They do. They have the protagonist plot armor.
Yeah.
The Golden Guardians.
The rejected bot lane duo. Yeah, they're blitzing everyone.
Revenge Tour is the 100 Thieves Revenge Tour for who he's coming to fruition.
It's big.
Who he coming for?
I mean, that would be so sick though if GG won or like climbed and made it to Raleigh.
It would be.
That'd be sick.
I like.
You know what's funny is that I think one of the first teams that started to talk about how well GG was playing and that they could be a top 3 team behind the scenes at least was EG. Like I know like from talking like with the EG staff, they're like, yeah, GG's like one of the best teams we scrim. They were like this team. Like I think they publicly tweeted like some of them were like this could be a top 3 team like in the LCS, and GG beats them now. They are, so it'd be cool.
I hope so. We'll see. This weekend.
That'll be fun. Anything else before we wrap?
Is that actually everything? Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean we started with the LA stuff.
How did we get here?
You can't derail
It's
a
been a
podcast
journey.
if there's no rails to begin with.
That's
Yeah.
true.
We did our best.
Free form.
Free falling.
Actually, I'll be right back. So just
Keep the camera going.
yeah, talk about whatever. Actually,
You
here's
guys-
a question. When you
He's away from the mic while he's talking.
here's a question.
I'll say what he's saying back for you guys. If Golden Guardians do beat EG and they go to Raleigh, what are the chances of them beating FlyQuest?
GG versus Fly. What do you think?
Yeah.
What's Mark doing?
I won't
Not
comment
looking
on
good,
this.
honestly. I'll go for FlyQuest.
I'd go Fly.
I think that Prince is really good.
I think 6A's been
I
playing
think
quite well.
Impact's really good.
I'll
Playoffs.
be honest. I think Hui's overrated.
I think Hui's been fine.
Like fine, but yeah, people are like, this guy's so good. It's like he's like 4th, 5th.
I mean,
Right,
he's
like-
just
Who'd you have
really
above
good.
Sven,
core
Vulcan?
team.
Who else? Right now?
Don't know.
Hold on.
Oh, we've been ganked, guys.
This
I
is
always need to look at the list.
this is
We
what
have
we're.
Raafaa back with a guitar.
What are we doing here, Mark?
Well, as we have stated before, it is someone's very special day, and so here on
Ayla's
the
better than
NA
Hui.
podcast, we have decided that we are going to honor and celebrate this man's birthday here. So,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matthew Cubby Samuelson.
And woo.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
It works. Thank you.
And cut.
Nice.
Not necessary. All right, that's been Raising NA episode 9. Thanks for the special carry, Prismal. Thank you,
for
Mark.
having me.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a fun birthday.
Later.
All right, that's been it. See you guys next
Yep.
week.